Good morning, everybody. I wanted to make a sermon this morning, a short sermon. I'm going to be in First Chronicles 4, I think verses 9 and 10, I believe. And it says, in the King James Version, and it says, and Jabez, I think is the way you pronounce his name, and Jabez was more honourable than his brethren, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bare him with sorrow. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, oh, that thou wouldst bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, and that thine hand might be with me, and that thou wouldest keep me from evil, and that it may not grieve me. And God granted him all that he requested. So that's a wonderful thing. You know, I know the generation that went before me, the great men of God that I've heard about, that I didn't even get to meet in this great way. And it would be a shame for my generation to let down, for us to drop the baton. And I don't want to. And I hope the next generation after me, after my generation, I hope it'll be just as strong as the others were. One of the greatest indicators of greatness is the ability to pass on the baton to the next generation, as I said, to put in them the seeds of greatness that has been placed in us, so that everything does not cease or die, so that the next generation's coming behind us. And the way I've looked at it is the sign of greatness is the ability of this generation, of a person in this generation, to invest themselves in others and to multiply yourself in others. You know, Jesus, he showed us the communion to break the bread. He broke the bread. There was 12 and then him. So if he had passed it in one piece and you know, he broke it, he had enough to go around. That's like me. If I was just a whole, never had a problem type person, I couldn't share with other people. But I've been broken, and that I can share with other people. You know, when David was old, one of the brothers of Goliath, and they were giants. David was going to the battle. I know that he didn't go when Bathsheba and got himself in trouble with Bathsheba, but he was in the battle, and they came and snatched him out of the battle and said, you're too old. We're not going to let you stand a chance of perishing from us. We need what you've got. Besides your ability to fight in the battle, we need what you've learned and what you know and what you can teach us. You fought bears and lions and giants, and we need your experience to help us know how to fight. We can't afford to lose you. We need that's in you and deposited in you, and we want you to deposit in us, so we're going to make you a coach of some sort. I mean, that's just probably not the right terminology, but you cannot die, David. We need what's in you. We can't let you go to the grave with all this that you know. We have to try to get it first. I used to go see these old brothers, not all of them. I wish I'd got to go see Brother Jack Denson more, but I went to see Brother Hubert Sampson and Brother Lige Holland. And Brother Lige, I'd go listen to him, and he was very good and knowledgeable in the Bible, and I wasn't trying to memorize his answers so much as I was trying to see how he arrived at them. So I want other generations to come along, and if I'm able to help, I want them to learn. You know, Paul told Timothy to come before winter, and because, you know, I think he's going to die maybe over in the next spring, and he said bring the parchment and the cloak and some more things he told him to bring. But we have the spring, summer, fall, and winter of our life. and I'm probably over in the winter. There's not anybody that was over at church in our area when I first started that's still here. They went on. Brother Arthur McAllister, he was the last one, and so come before winter. If you're going to get anything out of a man, you need to come before he's done. And so they retired old David. Said, you got to go to the palace and be a light and a lamp and a visionary and just give directions and insight to the nation of Israel. We'll fight your battles. We'll do the work. You just provide the light and the wisdom, and we'll do the rest. If anything happens to you, David, the lamp in the vision will grow dim and will eventually go out. Brothers and sisters, catch all you can from these old brothers, these old ministers, before they go out of here and we have them no longer. Because we don't want that light to grow dim and eventually go out. We want it to burn for all the generations. Everyone was born with greatness within, has the potential, and not everybody attains it because of the lack of desire, of willingness to pay the price. Not everybody is willing to pay the price. Men of honor is not somebody that never failed or never made mistakes, but that when he does fail, doesn't give up the good fight of faith and does not abandon the fight. The difference in you and someone you admire is that he knows something or can do something that you can't know or you can't do. Men of honor are not those that have went to Harvard or whatever, or studied like that, but have survived and came through the difficulties, and they've studied life and they've studied the book to help us to know how to navigate. Men of honor, they don't hold on to what they have or hoard it. Like the 4 lepers, they share it with others and they distribute it around for the benefit of others. When Elijah died, he didn't carry his mantle with him. He left it with Elijah. He passed the baton on. Joshua carried on when Moses died. If you're going to get somebody's mantle, Elijah told Elijah, said, stay here, and said, I'm going to go over there. And Elijah wouldn't do it because he knew that mantle dropped and he wanted a double portion of Elijah's spirit. So if you want to get a man's mantle, when he drops it, you need to be close by. You must be determined that before you die, the world, or at least somebody, your children or your church or somebody, must know that a voice such as yours has lived once upon a time upon this earth. Maybe not, they said John was the voice that cried in the wilderness, of one crying in the wilderness. What kind of voice will you leave? I want to know that I've made an impact on someone and helped somebody and made a difference. The world must know that an individual such as you have lived. The fact that the Lord woke you up this morning means he's not through with you yet. The fact that you have survived means the earth needs you here and you have a purpose. For some people, commitment is too much. They just want a little less, and they don't want to go through all that trouble. They don't want enough for it to be the dominant and focal point of their life. They just try to work him in, They don't have him in the center. They just try to have him on the outside, and they just try to work him in when they can. In this world, there's laws such as speed limit signs and stop signs, etc., and they're just laws. They're not the law enforcers. They're just the law that the law enforcers enforce. The speed limit sign doesn't write you a ticket, it just informs you of the law. And and just like the earth has law enforcement agencies, God has the same. You know, the Spirit of God, He has if you allow me to say, a warrant for the rest of all the bad, unprofitable things. But I love that prayer that Jabez prayed. He said that thou wouldst bless, and Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, if thou wilt bless me indeed and enlarge my coast. That's what you want. You want the Lord to bless you. You want Him to help you expand to your greatest effectiveness. And that your hand will be with me. Oh, don't we want that? And thou wouldst keep me from evil, and that it may not grieve me. And God granted him that which he requested. Well, I enjoyed that prayer myself. I hope you did. Hope you got something out of it. I did it because I love you and I care about you. And if you need me, I'm going to give you my number, 256-508-4410. And if you call me, leave me a message and let me know who it is that's calling and what you need. I'm not doing this to replace your minister or you getting to church, but just so if maybe you can't, or to supplement what you've got. Maybe you're someone in a rehab or the hospital, or flat on their back with sickness, or the coronavirus, or whatever your need might be. So until we do this next time, may God richly bless you.